guys, welcome back to Inside the Cellar Studio with Part-Time Okie Picker. Happy Super Bowl Sunday. We thought this week we would do a different take on a what sold video. So we're going to show you some comps of items that we sold, but all of the listings are things that we found around the house. 2024 is a big year for us to start getting rid of some extra stuff that we've... Yeah, we're purging. Purging all the stuff that we thought was cool or just thinning out our closets. We've been mixing the listings in with our typical designated eBay listings, and we've actually sold a lot more than I thought we would have.
I think in the first month we sold just about 20 items in a month's time, which may not sound like a lot, but it's just 20 items that we had tucked away in the closet, in the cabinet, underneath the bed, wherever you tuck extra stuff away, stuff you're not using. But to sell about 20 items is pretty good for a first month. Mm-hmm. And we still have more listed. It's not like we were 20 for 20.
Yeah.
We listed probably 30, 35.
And we still have a lot more
we have a lot more to go, for sure.
I don't know if other resellers do this, but when we find something that's cool, that like resells well, we want it. And then we have to buy it, and we have to accumulate. Mm. And that's what we've done with the Vaseline glass that we're going to be talking about first. I say Vaseline glass. I know some of it is just uranium glass, and not all uranium glass is Vaseline glass, but I'm still going to say Vaseline glass. This is stuff we've bought at the auction. We were buying flats of it several years ago with like sets of dinnerware and all kinds of dishes, and we were only paying like $10 to $20. So as we started picking it up at thrift stores and garage sales, we just kind of squirreled it away. We do have a curio cabinet that we do have some stuff displayed on, and we display some of it on our entertainment center as well. But it was kind of shocking how much of it was squirreled away into our kitchen cabinets. I think we sold 12 or 13 pieces of the Vaseline glass, and some of it was small pieces. Like we sold a little Fenton bunny. Yeah, I know, John's bunny. We're gonna buy you the bear that you like, the provocative bear. Pose bear. And that just sold for $29.11. John will get some screenshots up of some of these listings that you sold. I think the cheapest thing we sold, was a bowl. It was the parrot design, but it had cracks in it. So our big top sellers are going to be a Cameo ballerina covered candy dish. We used it a couple times for candy corn and jelly beans, I think. There were comps in the $80 range, but ours had a chip along the edge, and it was a pretty significant chip, but it was like kind of hidden, so if you didn't know it was there. It sold for $49.11. I had best offers on. I actually thought somebody would make an offer on it, but I was really happy with $50 for it. We also sold a Fenton Hobnail fairy lamp for $52.35, so that was an offer that went out. I think I had listed it at like $54.11. $55.11, so we sent out a couple dollars off, and it sold
5%.
All of the pictures, as you will see, our first picture is always going to be the glowing picture, and sometimes it takes me a little while to get the perfect glowing picture where it looks spectacular. We also sold a Fenton Hobnail Vaseline glass shoe. That one was on the lower end of the range of comps that I sold because, again, it had cracks and I didn't feel like we could get top dollar for it. So I really examined every single piece closely to make sure that we were listing at a fair price, but that also it would sell. One of the pieces that we actually bought, well, we bought all of these for personal use, but we actually thought we were going to use the salt and pepper shakers. It's the Hazel Atlas Royal Lace. I don't know why that pattern is so expensive because it's not a pretty pattern. I don't think it's a pretty pattern at all. I listed the salt and pepper shakers for 120, and someone sent a best offer of 75, and I jumped on it because that's about the range that I had thought, but I wanted to price it where the others were, and I was just willing to take anything because I know we didn't pay a lot of money going into it. We do still have the cookie jar, and I will accept any offers on those. They're really pretty. I would use all of the cookie jars that we have. I do still have one squirreled away. But we have one on our counter, and it is designated for our dog's treats, and he has learned the sound of that glass. So I feel like it would be really mean to start using the rest of them, and he would never know if he's getting a treat or not. We still have a lot of Vaseline glass to list. We are not going to list the good stuff.
Well, we also still have a lot of Vaseline glass in our collection.
Yes.
Like, we do have, 10 to 15 things that we're not going to sell. We have them displayed. They're not squirreled away. And, we're going to keep those items.
There's also items that we use every day. Mixing bowls, cereal bowls, condiment cups. We will never get rid of those because we do use them every day. We can shift and we will talk about Pokemon cards.
So we had a bunch of Pokemon cards left over from, one, when our son went through the phase, but two, we kind of bought them and we kind of kept it as like a reward bucket of sorts, I guess. We've done that a couple different ways, but I've just finally started pulling them out, kind of grouping them together and selling them in lots. I think we sold 2 different lots. One had 12 items, the other one had, I think, 9 items. One sold for $20 and the other one sold for about $35. It had an Evolutions pack in it, which is the whole reason it sold. That's the reprint of the original set. But yeah, those are just things that we had sitting around in a storage bin that didn't need to stay any longer.
Yeah, and then, when we pull out our holiday stuff, we see things that we bought from the previous year after the holidays on clearance that still didn't make the cut. We didn't like it. So we had a Harry Potter countdown calendar. They were like the mini rubber ornaments. They were mystery ornaments as well, and we had bought a bunch of those. I think we may still have some listed, but we got the full collection for ourselves and we kept it, and I still don't think we put it on our Christmas tree.
No.
But we didn't open the countdown calendar, so I went ahead and listed it because it was brand new. It did sell. It sold for $17. John's been going through his closet a lot.
Yep, I sold 2 Patagonia pullovers. One was a fleece chinchilla, and the other one, I think, was the quilted. Just items I don't wear very often. I'm used to the hoodie, which has the pouch in it, and neither one of those had pouches, and that was just aggravating.
You got rid of some extra shirts that you had too.
Yeah, I sold a long sleeve Marmot flannel. Just something I had worn for probably 3 to 4 years. Bought it at a thrift store. Wore it for 4 years and then sold it for more than I paid for it at the thrift store.
And you are slowly going through your hats.
I have a lot of hats. I don't always wear hats. I have 3 to 5 that I really like, and I have 30 to 40 that don't get worn. So we've been slowly listing through those.
I think that's mostly what I had. But you do have the big fancy accordion hat rack that holds 75 hats. So once we get through all of your hats, hopefully we can narrow it down to a smaller rack, and then we can sell that. Because when we bought it, we looked it up, and it actually sells for a lot.
Yeah, it's originally sold as a store display, and I think they were selling for $100 at the time. But you see them with the little 12 hats, maybe get this big. This one is 8 feet long. And it holds quite a bit of hats.
So large. I think that covers pretty much most of what we've sold that we
had
listed.
Those are just things that, when we had started, we said, always look for things around your house. Not everybody collects uranium glass. We understand that. Not everybody has, just random packs of Pokemon cards laying around. We are unique because we have been reselling for so long that we collect, hoard, and store lots of variety of things. We're always changing. Our kids are always going through different phases of, I need that. And my downfall is I enjoy the hunt way more than actually selling stuff. I enjoy finding it first. Like you'll see in our upcoming flea market video this week, we didn't mean to, but we fell into another box of what we've been selling a lot lately. So, you have to watch that and see what we bought, but it's not our fault. It just happens.
We just come across it.
But we are, we're getting really excited, getting closer to
garage sale season.
Garage sale season, which is where we really like to buy stuff. I've made a lot of progress on our death pile, which is off to the side, which you cannot see and you will not see. But we made a lot of progress. I've had a lot of listings go up. We've sold a lot of stuff. I think we're up over 100. I think it's like 120% over this time last year, which is really good. We were really hoping to start the year off with a lot of momentum. Making these videos weekly really makes you obtain your goals. Like, I have to make a video, but I also have to list stuff so I can talk about what I did sell or didn't sell. So it keeps you kind of honest. But yeah.
Yeah, we did have our goals that we set at the beginning of the year, listing per day. There's been some days where we haven't made that goal, but I think overall
I think we're
been
probably
really good.
I think we're probably in the 90%.
We've done really well with that.
Is laughable when you think it's one listing her, 2 listings me.
That's
it's 3
not
a
that
day,
much.
But it's 21 listings a week. We do this part time. There are days when I get in a rhythm, especially if I have the same thing, 10 times over again. I've listed 13, 18, 20 items in a day, but I got my 2, so that's all that really matters. But yeah, we're not just listing 21 items a week. We're listing quite a bit more. We're just trying to get in that mindset of 2 listings for me and 1 listing for her each and every day, no matter what.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, I think that's all we have. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah.
Enjoy your Super Bowl Sunday, and
we'll see you next week.